Hi guys, it's Dr. J. Welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to make a kind of short and sweet video today talking about the fall equinox 2021 energies. So I just have a quick few bullet points here I wrote down. So anytime it's the fall equinox, it's Libra season every single year. So we're already dealing with themes about learning about ourselves through relationships and others. However, we have Aries in the actual chart of the fall equinox 2021 chart. We have Aries on the first house cusp, or the ascendant, which means Libra is on the seventh house opposite the and on the descendant, and they naturally rule as houses. So it's almost as if we have sort of a double dose effect going on of these themes surrounding like learning about our personal identity as well as our identity when in a relationship. So the other thing that we have going on as well is an air Grand Trine. If you don't know what that is, basically a personal trine is when two planets are in aspect to one another, like in the sky, mathematically, 120 degrees. So a Grand Trine, the air part just means that it's involving air signs. Grand Trine means we have three planets trining one another, forming a triangle in the sky. And then you can have more than one planet involved when there are conjunctions, which basically mean that the planets or points are sitting really close together, blending. So on the Libra side, we have the Sun, vertex, fate of fortune. On the Aquarius side, we have Saturn, and Saturn rules Aquarius, so he's extra potent right now. And then on the Gemini side, we have the North Node and Black Moon Lilith. So I'll break it down real quick what each of these mean. The Sun has to do with personal identity, kind of the spark of life. So the Sun is kind of representing each one of us in this fall equinox chart, essentially. And it's conjunct the vertex, which is a point of destiny and fate. So it's like fated people and places and events in our lives. And then fate of fortune has to do with, it's a point and it has to do with where we can find abundance easily. But abundance can also, of course, mean relationships. So already we kind of have a lot of destiny themes going on here. And then Saturn is a very karmic planet. So again, karma and destiny go hand in hand, and he has to do with, it's kind of like the father figure in our lives. He has to do with us learning valuable lessons and maturity and growing as souls in this life. And then we have North Node, which is again huge karmic point in our charts. You have the North Node and the South Node. They're always a pair, and they're always in two opposite signs. It's in Gemini, so again, dealing with relationships and kind of our other half, so to speak, with Gemini energy. And Lilith is a very karmic point also. She's not actually a planet. She's kind of like this dark void energy, kind of, if you can think of a wormhole, sort of this timeless energy, mystical energy. She's actually the ruler of the 13th sign of Fucus, which I use, but again, just adding another layer of that's like karmic kind of energy. And so that really that's kind of one of the biggest themes I would say overall for this last quarter of the year is destiny, fated meanings, fated people. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how many different layers of destiny and different energies involving destiny and karma are involved in this, working together too, because again, it's an air Grand Trine, so they're flowing and working well together. And it is in Earth houses. All these planets are in Earth houses in the chart, which basically means that we're learning lessons about, through these meetings and these people, we're learning lessons about self-worth and value and work ethic, possibly. Basically growing, maybe even having financial success through these people. So yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about too is the moon in this chart. It's an Aries moon, and it's sitting on the ascendant, on the rising sign. So that's pretty significant. It just says that we're learning about our motion identity, especially in this final quarter, and because you're combining like the identity house, the first house, with the moon, which already has to do with our emotional identity. So there's a great focus on that. And then, like, since the moon doesn't rule Aries, we have to look to the ruling planets. That's Mars and Libra. Mars does not rule Libra, it actually rules Aries. It's in the opposite sign that it rules. So we have to look to Venus, which rules Libra, which is in Scorpio. Venus doesn't rule Scorpio. Mars does. So we have this unique situation going on here where it's called a mutual reception, and it's where the planets are in each other's signs, and I kind of see it in my third eye as like this figure eight type flow where it's kind of like an infinite type energy. There is a little bit of an outlet because Pluto also rules Scorpio, so some of that energy is diverting to Pluto. But basically, it's like we're these relationships that either are going to be further developed or are going to be new people that we're running into this last quarter of the year are very dynamic and possibly even intense and very transformative because we have both Pluto and Scorpio involved. So there could be a lot of we could have a lot of emotional depth that we grow and learn from in this last quarter, and basically we're going to learn to have more emotional grit and determination and learn how to harness those parts of ourselves too with the Pluto and Capricorn energy. So yeah, I think that's basically covers most of what I wanted to talk about the fall equinox. So it's a very dynamic and exciting like last 4 months of the year. I would suggest, just it could possibly get a little intense at times again with that Scorpio energy being involved. So I would just maybe set intentions that if you are or if you want to meet somebody or starting a relationship, you set those really awesome positive intentions moving forward with that relationship or business partnership or whatever it might be, friendship even. So the last thing I want to do was just pull a card from the Angels in Abundance deck and see what we can get for one last message as it pertains to the fall equinox energies. All right, I'm inviting the angels and my guides and the guides of those watching. I ask Archangel Metatron to come and help me give a precise and clear answer for this message. One message, please, angels. What's the message and advice we can focus on for this last quarter of the year? One card, please. I'm going to go with this one because it wanted to slide out. Oh, interesting. Attracting, not chasing. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcome energy. That's really interesting because this kind of has to do with that Aries Libra energy and the Scorpio energy behind the Libra side of things because of that mutual reception I was talking about between Venus and Scorpio and Mars and Libra. Scorpio can get kind of obsessive, so they're basically advising that you might things could accelerate and get, because Aries is all about like the chase and can kind of get and a little bit over its head sometimes. So they're saying, I feel like they're saying, it's okay to be excited about this new relationship, but take the necessary steps and don't rush things. And also, if the person is, you know, playing hard to get, or maybe even running or fearful of the connection, whatever it might be, don't chase, because essentially, again, it's talking about that fear. It's when we're chasing somebody, not always, but sometimes it's fear of losing the person or losing that love or affection. So essentially, what is best for you, you're always attracting. So, and that can mean like positive and quote unquote negative experiences, because sometimes we need the negative experiences to be able to learn and grow, but not to like instill fear, but it's just kind of awareness that, again, it's kind of going back to the intention setting. If you set intentions, it's not to say that there aren't going to be bumps along the way, because whenever there's growth, there has to be some pain. But I'm just saying, like, when you set intentions, you can minimize that and just basically stay present. Yeah. Don't chase, just stay present. And, if this person's made it clear, if it's a romantic sense, if this person's made it clear, that they're not interested or whatever, it's about owning your own worth and not, giving your power away by chasing, essentially. So I hope this helps, and I hope I broke everything down fairly clearly, and I hope this helps you guys understand the next couple months, what they might bring. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.